Could you imagine your whole entire family, including yourself, become sick because of the water you drink out of your faucet? Well, Leanne Walters, and a mother of four, experienced just this. Living in Flint, Michigan, she was getting ready for bed when she heard her daughter shriek from the bathroom. She ran upstairs to find her 18-year-old standing in the shower, staring at a clump of long brown hair that had just fallen from her head. Walters was alarmed, but not surprised. The entire family was losing hair. There had been other strange things going on through the previous months. Twins, Gavin and Garrett, kept breaking out in rashes. Gavin had stopped growing. On several occasions, her 14-year-old had suffered from abdominal pains so severe that Walters took him to the hospital. And at one point, all of Leanne's own eyelashes have fallen out. The family, as you guessed, was suffering from effects of the lead in Flint water supply. The contamination will have long-term, irreversible consequences on the city's children. The contamination was discovered in April of 2014. In an attempt to save money, the City Council of Flint, Michigan voted to purchase water from the Karagandhi Water Authority instead of the Detroit Water. The KWA was not supposed to be finished until this year, so they decided to rely on its backup, the Flint River. After switching, residents found that their water was contaminated. The governor declared an emergency because of the elevated levels in lead found in its general water supply. Now, Leanne Walters was not the only family that's affected in Michigan by this. The whole entire city will be affected by this water switch. How is the Flint water crisis affecting people, and what can we do to help?
The Flint water crisis is a drinking water contamination issue in Flint, Michigan. The first sign of this crisis was in April 2014, almost exactly 2 years ago. Flint, Michigan is located 66 miles northwest of Detroit and right along the Flint River, and is home to 102,434 people. The largest group of freshwater bodies, the Great Lakes, is located about 70 miles away. For some reason, Flint's residents can't get clean water from their taps. The state decided to save money by switching Flint's water supply from Lake Huron because they had to pay the city of Detroit for the water from Lake Huron, so they switched to the Flint River. According to an article by Sarah Ganem and Lynn Tron from CNN.com, the locals know the river for its filth, so they were really shocked when they heard the news about the switch. Okay, so the switch in the water supply happens. Not long after, the water started to look, smell, and taste funny, but there was nothing funny about it at all. Most people thought it was sewage, but actually it was iron. Researchers from Virginia Tech discovered the Flint water to be highly corrosive, 19 times more so compared to the water from Lake Huron. On top of all of that, the State Department of Environmental Quality wasn't following the law by not treating the Flint River water with an anti-corrosive agent. The worst part of this whole thing is that about half the service lines to Flint homes are made of lead. Since the water wasn't properly treated, lead began getting into the water supply. Lead and iron can do very harmful things to people. Dr. Mona Hanna-Attisha was seeing many children that had bad rashes and hair loss. Kids were shockingly coming up with double and triple amount of lead in their bloods than they were supposed to. Lead poisoning does lots of things to your body. It drops your IQ, affects your behavior, and has been linked to criminal behavior. And it doesn't stop with that one person either. It is passed on through many generations of people. This has become a problem in not just Flint. Detroit, Baltimore, Washington, and most urban cities have had some lead poisoning issues in their more poor areas.